just hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture, and he put a Prabhupada put a point very seriously and very nicely. He said that if a person has faith, he associates with sadhus. That's called sadhu sangha. And the actual effect of sadhu sangha is or should be that a person becomes very eager for bhajana kriya. Very simple point, but very profound. If I have actually associated with sadhus, the nature or dharma of the sadhus should become attractive to me. Then I have done real sadhu sangha. You understand what is the point? That if I am really associating with devotees, I must like to become like them. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? And that's the point when a person should take initiation. He is now eager to purify his heart. His heart is still impure, but he wants to take to the process of Krishna consciousness seriously. That is the meaning of initiation. Not that somebody says, oh, do I have to follow all the regulative principles after initiation? Huh? Or one devotee was telling, her mother was telling her, yeah, you can take initiation. Anyways, who can follow all the regulative principles? Makes sense? So one should take initiation when he's eager for doing bhajan. Like Indra Mataji is a doctor. So if you did not want to do MBBS study, there is any point in going to get an admission in the college, Mataji? Can you hear me? There is no point. If I did not want to do engineering, what is the point of taking admission in IIT Kanpur or anything? कुछ समझ रहे हैं ना? Getting a stamp has no value, is it not? So similarly, a person who is very eager to purify his heart, hear very carefully, his heart is not pure, but he has developed a faith or a desire to purify his heart. Make sense? So he will make a sincere effort in executing bhakti. That person should be given initiation. And it is the duty of the guides, because the spiritual master in ISKCON can't observe that person directly. It's the duty of the counselors like that to bring that person to that level of consciousness where he himself wants to execute Krishna consciousness so that he wants to go back to Godhead. And then he should take initiation. It's not to increase the followers of our spiritual master that we should do that. And Prabhupada very specifically saying, it's a very simple point, but it hits you so much that human life is specifically meant for inquiring about Krishna or God. Now, you must have heard this, is it not? But if a person does not want, don't take it personally, it's a siddhant. If you don't want to hear Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then you can understand what we are. I don't want to know anything about Krishna, then what kind of devotee I am? I am not saying anything against personal, but that you should, these are not my words. I should have a genuine inquiry about God. It's not an easy thing to understand God. First of all, you must understand. Again, same, doctor and engineer. If I take an admission, I must be inquiring what is the subject matter, is it not? Simply by taking admission, you don't get any qualification. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? The problem is, I'm saying in reflection to that, because one devotee had a fight with another devotee, and saying they are forgetting the purpose why they had joined ISKCON or temple for that matter. They just forgot the whole point. The point is to inquire about Krishna. Does it make sense? Inquiring about Bhagavad Gita, usme shlok mein kya hai? That is the whole point we have joined and came in the association of devotees. If that is forgotten, we'll come to the same animal level, even in the association of Vaishnavas. I'm a little heavy on this point, but we come to the same animal level, fighting with devotees and like that. This life is not meant for fighting like cats and dogs. Prabhupada's statement. Human form of life. For stupid things. Anyhow, before we go forward, this was an introduction which was coming in my mind. I was going to share. Let's now discuss Bhagavad Gita from Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, text number 18. In text number 17, we have discussed that yah tu atmaratireva syat atmatriptascha manava atman eva santushtas tasya karyam na vidyate. A person who is simply satisfied in himself, in Atma, for him there is no duty prescribed by the Vedas to perform. And this brings to my mind Mahaprabhu's instruction to Tapan Mishra. A person who chants Hare Krishna, please hear very, very inspiration. A person who chants Hare Krishna while sleeping, while walking, and all the time, Vedas have nothing to tell him. तेरे लिए क्या बोलूं, तू तो हरिनाम ही कर रहा है constant. Very nice, is it not? We have discussed this earlier also. If you are chanting Hare Krishna, Vedas have nothing to prescribe to you. You have read all the Vedas, you have done all the tapasyas, you have done all the yajnas, everything. Just don't criticize others. That is instruction of Mahaprabhu. Chant Hare Krishna and don't criticize others. And obviously there is no question of fighting with the devotees. Ved aap par ho gaye Ved ke. You have just become, you have transcended Vedas simply by chanting Hare Krishna. Anyways, so please, another example is there, what he is not supposed to do, or not supposed to do, what he does not need to do, will be discussed in the shloka. नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिद् अर्थ व्यपाश्रयः नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः. This chant. नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः. नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः. Somebody else want to chant? Try. नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो न कृते नेह कश्चन. एक मिनट सर्वेषु कहाँ से आया इसमें? हाँ, फिर से बोलिए. न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः. Actually, from the point of view of Sanskrit, Sarveshu Bhuteshu is not a problem. It is the same, but Sarva Bhuteshu is also good. So I think you want to write your own Bhagavad Gita. Krishna made some mistakes, so let me add something. Okay, let's see. Synonyms: na, never, eva, certainly, tasya, his, kritena, by discharge of duty, arthaha, purpose, na, nor, akritena, without discharge of duty, iha, in this world, kaschana, whatever, na, never, cha, and, asya, of him, sarva bhuteshu, among all living beings, kaschit, any, artha, purpose, vyapashrayah, taking shelter of. Let us read the translation first. A self-realized man has no purpose to fulfill in the discharge of his prescribed duties, nor has he any reason not to perform such work, nor has he any need to depend on any other living being. This you have to very, very kind of mystical shloka. Na eva is not eva. Na eva. Eva means certainly. Voice is not coming? Hari bol. All glories to my dear Vrindavan network. So please hear. See, whenever you are looking at Sanskrit, be very careful when it is coming IVA or EVA. IVA means like, with a semblance. But EVA, eva means certainly. Naiva, na eva, certainly never. Tasya means a person who is self-realized. Kritena artha. Kritena means by doing his prescribed duties as prescribed in Varnashram, as per the Varnashram order in the Vedas. By doing the duties, he has no artha. No artha means he has no purpose to do such duties. Now hear this. We have discussed that when Varnashram duties are done with the attitude of sense gratification, they give you Swarga. Is it clear? Voice is breaking. So, Naiva Tasya Kritenartho. Definitely a person who's self-realized, he has no purpose to achieve by executing his duty. Is the first line clear? So see, in the context of a karma yogi does his prescribed duties so that he can get realization of Atma. Is it sinking in? Sinking means जा रहा है दिमाग में. A person as per karma yoga will do his varnashram activities because he has to act, his heart is impure, but he will do so that his heart will get pure. But a person who has realized his self, his Atma, with the 8 qualities of Atma which we discussed yesterday, he has no purpose to do those duties. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? Because he already self-realized. But now second is na akriteneha kaschana. There is no reason for him to not do those duties. And this is very mystical. If he is self-realized, he must not do those duties. Hear very carefully. But if he does those duties to establish a standard for others, it doesn't impede his self-realization. Are you able to understand the second point? Suppose a person is, the Lord will give you the example of Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj was a self-realized soul, but he did his duty as a king very nicely, just to set a standard for those who need to do their duties as a king in a selfless manner. Yes. Another example I can say, this is normally given. We need to go to Mangal Arati, must. Otherwise, we will become like the associates of Lord who were covered by Vyomasur. Okay, Maharaj makes a joke, as well as Radha Govind Maharaj. Some people say this Mangal Arati is for new people. Sometimes after a few years of practice, they say this is only for new bhaktas. But what happens to them, instead of chanting Hare Krishna, they cover themselves with a kambal and sleep. This is also quite possible. So now if I ask, does Srila Prabhupada had to actually come for Mangal Arati? Tell me this. Anywhere is there, he's actually remembering Krishna. But if he comes for Mangal, just to give an example, if he comes for Mangal Arati, that is to, in one sense, obviously to see Krishna, but to set a standard for others. I give an example, like Prabhupada was in Kumbh Mela, and devotees were not waking up and taking bath. So because Prabhupada was old and so like this, he was not really waking up in that or taking bath at the early morning because it was not good for his health. Then Prabhupada to set the standard, he actually went outside and took a cold water bath. So they may do it to set the standard for those who need to do it. I think it's very clear, is it not? Pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, they can just sit at one place and chant Hare Krishna, they are perfect. Anyhow, they are already 24 hours chanting Hare Krishna. That you must be knowing about Srila Prabhupada. So it's not that if they are not doing a particular limb of bhakti, that kind of stops their self-realization or their relationship with Krishna. Anywhere they can remember Krishna. So I'm just giving an example in context of bhakti. Now, for a person who's practicing like us, it is very important to follow do's and don'ts. But if a self-realized soul, again example of Janak Maharaj, is seen to engage in prescribed duties, you can say, Arey, if he is self-realized, why is doing these duties? So there is no reason for him to not do the duty. The reason is to set the standard for those who need to do those duties. कुछ समझ रहे हैं ना बेटा? कुछ समझाने का प्रयास कर रहा हूं. I don't know. ना चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिद अर्थ व्यपाश्रय. Ashray, you understand? Shelter. And vyapashraya means very nicely taking shelter. So now in such a self-realized situation, he understands that Krishna is directly maintaining me. He does not, in such a situation, he does not depend on any living entity. You remember this? He does not need to, he just directly depends on Krishna. Srila Prabhupada elsewhere puts it very nicely, the greatest freedom is to depend on the mercy of Krishna. Have you heard this? Liberation, full liberation. Krishna is always there. Krishna only is protecting. Out of an impure heart, we think somebody is protecting us. कुछ समझ रहे हैं बात? Just like in Bhagavatam, you will see Arjuna was overwhelmed by a Brahmastra. Now he is the greatest warrior of the world, but he takes shelter of Krishna, saying, Tvayeka, you are the only shelter of anyone in this world. Now, because we are not pure, so we think this person is maintaining me, or that person is maintaining, or by my own strength I am being maintained. Is it not? So we say, I can work in a job. Yes, but from where you are getting the intelligence? Is it not? All our senses and everything is coming by Krishna's mercy, is it not? So, this is a very interesting point. Think about it, if we can achieve that stage where you don't have to depend, or your faith does not rest on anyone in this world except Krishna. I think His Holiness Radha-Kunj Maharaj mentioned this in his last Ram Navami message, that, oh Lord Ram, I'm just translating into English, that let my only refuge be your lotus feet. Let me not hope that anybody can give me shelter in this material world. And Srila Prabhupada also puts it like beautifully. Humility means my only shelter is Krishna. Very nice. I mean, this is a reflect upon these things. Kaschid artha vipasraya. It also brings to my mind Shripad Madhavendra Puri, who was not expecting anything from anyone in this material world. He was simply depending on Krishna. See, we cannot imitate it, but as we gradually get purified, we realize that Krishna protects. So many people will discourage a brahmachari from joining. Who will take care of you in your old age? Have you heard this? Is it sure that people can take care of us when we are in old age if we are not devotees? Are you sure about that? Maybe in front of their eyes or in front of our relatives we die like, not maybe, we will die, is it not? Who can stop death? Anyhow, I'm not much dilating on this point, but I just wanted to say this point, that not expecting anything from anyone in this world except directly depending on Krishna. This all happens for a person who's self-realized, obviously. So we are not we're not self-realized, so we will naturally seek shelter in somebody except Krishna. Are you able to hear? Gita Bhushan commentary, there is no result or artha by his performance of prescribed actions, kritena, for the purpose of realizing the Atma, and he incurs no obstacles for seeing Atma by non-performance of prescribed actions for akritena, for seeing the Atma, because by his nature he sees the Atma already. कुछ समझ रहे हैं इस बात को? Very nicely put. A person who is beginning the process of Karma Yoga must perform his activities in a selfless manner to realize Atma. Very simple. And if he does not perform duties, then he will not see the Atma. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? क्या समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? If a person who is doing his beginning in self-realization, if he does not perform his duties of self-realization, will he get self-realization? No. So, and a person who is already self-realized, does he have to do any specific duty to realize himself? मेरी इंग्लिश समझ में नहीं आ रही क्या? अरे भाई, जो कर्म योगी है उसको अपने नियम पालन करने होंगे ताकि आत्म साक्षात्कार प्राप्त हो. जिसको अच्छा वो नहीं करेगा तो उसे आत्म साक्षात्कार प्राप्त नहीं होगा. जिसको आत्म साक्षात्कार प्राप्त हो गया, तो वो करेगा तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, नहीं करेगा तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं. If we don't hear and chant, we will not remember Krishna. Forget about it. We'll only remember Maya. But as Srila Madhavan Puri Pas says, wherever I sit, I can remember Krishna, and that is sufficient for me. It is because of love of God. Same thing, a person who is very advanced, he may skip, out of love of God, he may skip certain rules and regulations of bhakti. Be very careful not to judge him. A person who's, we are not that. If we are sleeping in the room, we are only in mode of ignorance, not in samadhi. कुछ समझ रहे हैं ना? I give you one small, very funny incident. His Holiness Sachinandan Maharaj was mentioning. Prabhupada was in Germany and he was on maybe some villa or something, somewhere Prabhupada was there. So he was very much curious. What does my spiritual master do when he's alone? So Prabhupada was kind of taking rest or something. And when he climbed the whatever villa, whatever, and from the outside, from the window, he wanted to look at Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada just opened his one eye like this and gave him a glance and then closed his eyes. So he understood Prabhupada was not sleeping. He just backed off and just came down. It appears a pure devotee is sleeping. He's not sleeping. Even 2 hours, 3 hours, Prabhupada was sleeping. He was not sleeping. We cannot imagine how and what kind of consciousness they are. So we must never judge, we never ever judge a pure devotee. We must do our activities, we must do our daily sadhana, otherwise we will become down. That we are not self-realized. When you are self-realized, nobody has to tell you that you are self-realized. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? You know who you are when we are that. But अभी तो नहीं है ना. अभी तो quite much in bodily consciousness. So we don't have to imagine that, but once that is realized, then we don't have, rather it becomes automatic. Doing bhakti becomes automatic, just like taking breath. After the stage of bhava, you don't have to exert yourself to do bhakti. It becomes automatic. You can't give up doing bhakti. It's like you don't exert yourself for taking breath. Na? Do you count how many times you're taking breath? बहुत सांस ले लिया, बोर हो गए, रुकते हैं थोड़ी देर. We never get bored by taking breath. Maharaj was mentioning this point that somebody was asking devotees, don't you get bored every day chanting same Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? So Maharaj कहे, जीने से बोर हो रहे हैं आप. Do you get bored by living? You don't get bored by, बहुत जी लिया मर जाते हैं. You never get bored. So, or do you get bored by walking on earth? I don't get bored, is it not? So why a person will get bored by bhakti of his pure devotee? It is not that he should fear obstacles from the devatas, wow, by neglecting prescribed actions, including devata worship, and thus attempt to please them by performing prescribed actions which entails worshipping them. Are you able to understand this? So he has no earth to depend on any demigod. Very beautiful commentary, is it not? Kaschid artha vipasati, he has nothing to gain from any demigod. Not disrespectful, but simply by serving Krishna is happy. Very beautifully put, very nice. The Shrutis, of course, describe the Devatas as being opposed to knowledge of Atma. Tasmat tad esham devanam na priyam yad etan manusha viduhu. That Atma which men know is not dear to the Devatas. I will explain it. Let me just read the whole thing. But for one who has gained vision of Atma, the person in knowledge, no person among all beings, Sarvabhuteshu, among humans and devas, is a worthy object of service for the purpose of removing obstacles to his attraction to Atma by performance of prescribed actions. So you see, what does it mean? It means that a person who is self-realized, he does not have to serve anyone to gain spiritual advancement. This is the whole purpose of this commentary. Simply by serving Krishna, he directly gets his spiritual advancement. This is the meaning of having exclusive faith in bhakti. Krishna bhakti kaila sarva karma krita hoy. I am engaged in the path of bhakti. All my advancement, all the good qualities which I want, any kind of perfection which I want, will come simply by execution of devotional service. In simple words, you are able to understand? And this kind of faith can be had by even a neophyte, even a new person like us. We don't have to take shelter of demigods and other people to make our bhakti manifest. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, we'll get all the good qualities. Simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, simply by associating with Vaishnavas, we get all the good qualities. Does it make sense? This should be the mood. Before the manifestation of knowledge, the devas create obstacle for non-performance of duty. But after a person has attained a taste of the Atma, they do not create obstacles for his seeing Atma, since the taste of Atma is influential. What does it mean? When a person is a karma yogi, he does perform some prescribed duties. If he's not, and for the demigods, and if he does not, then he gets punished by them. We have discussed that, is it not? What did we discuss? Stena evasa, a person who does not offer sacrifices to yagyas, to the demigods, is a thief. Now, a person who self-realized, is he also a thief? Are you able to pick up now? Why he is not able to offer? Because he is just simply absorbed in the bliss of Atma. Kuch grahan kar pa rahe? That's why he's like. So he put it more simply. It's not that one has to give up the duties. The duties give him up. हिंदी में कहते हैं कर्म छोड़ने नहीं पड़ते हैं, कर्म छूट जाते हैं. A person becomes so much attracted to Krishna consciousness, he can't do any other thing. It's not that he purposefully neglects it, he just can't do those things. And I'm hoping maybe one day you all have that realization that abhi job nahi kar sakte, I cannot do this job. If you tell a person who's immature, don't do job, then they say, no, I will do job, I'll do job. But as you become more and more advanced in bhakti, nah Baba, nah, I cannot do job. This is so boring. Oh, sitting there and doing a software. Have you done a job or not true? Now also you can do a job? No. Vipin? No. So you are more self-realized. Shiva has to progress a little bit more. But it's just, you can't force upon yourself. As you keep on practicing bhakti, at some point you become disgusted. What is this? Just for 2 chapatis? That I can anyhow get in Krishna hall, just serve for 20 minutes, is it not? Why for 2 chapatis I have to work like this? Maybe 10 chapatis. 10 chapatis? No. Maximum 4 or 5 chapatis. Why I have to work so hard? But the point is, when a person is actually influenced by mode of passion, he'll be forced to work hard, is it not? Don't you feel maintaining a small room also is difficult? I was just laughing. His sister called somebody, said, can this room be cleaned by somebody? She had given such a small room to her. I was about to chastise her. You are a Mataji and you can't clean your room. But then later on, somebody told that she also does not want to marry. That should not happen. Oh, that means my preaching is really influential, Whether she marries or not marries, but she's feeling that, why should I take so much of responsibility? Which actually true, because simply by marrying, I'm not saying whether you marry or not marry. But you know what I'm trying to say, but although I just try to butter it. But by marriage, will you become anybody becomes self-realized by marriage? So many Matajis are getting married. They have maybe so many babies and all this. Rather, you become covered over, is it not? But this is all prescribed for a person who can't take to the path of Nivritti Marg. Samajh rahe na meri baat? But it's not that you become self-realized by all those things. So, anyhow, I just tripped over the other point. What I'm trying to say was that a person who is self-realized, he just cannot do those prescribed duties. They are simply boring. This direct self-realization is possible. समझ रहे हैं ना? तो मुश्किल बात नहीं है. Since the taste of Atma is influential, he is driven now by the taste of Atma, the bliss of Atma. It is also said, Tasya ha na devascha na bhutaya ishate atma hi esham sambhavati. For only one who has realized Atma, even the devas do not create obstacles, for the Atma also becomes dear to them. Hana in the Upanishad verse are particles meaning api. Leave it this. Certain things are little grammatical, so just leave that. Even the devas are not powerful enough to obstruct the taste for Atma of one who has realized Atma, because that Atma also becomes dear to them. Now what does it mean? It means that when a person becomes a pure devotee of Krishna, all all the demigods give him benedictions. Now it is quite interesting. In the beginning, the demigods may also test you. This question was asked by one brahmachari, where is Govind Prabhu, by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, the demigods are also devotees of Krishna. Why they have to create obstacles? Dhruv Maharaj, when he was in front of Lord Vishnu, he said, the demigods gave me wrong intelligence, and by which I was desiring material benedictions while I was worshipping Vishnu. He said, why the demigods have to bewilder his intelligence? So then Maharaj put it very nicely, in front of everybody. He said, you are a brahmachari. Don't you feel sometimes Madan or Cupid gives you trouble? Cupid, samajh rahe na? Lust. The demigod of lust. Does he not give you trouble? I have heard it directly in the recording. Yes. So they are all agents to be so that we get through all the tests we have to go through before we come to the platform where no demigod will give you any trouble. Samajh rahe na meri baat? So as we become more and more purified, all the demigods become very favorable, just like Dhruv Maharaj. Hear this very carefully. Dhruv Maharaj's brother was killed by Yakshas. You know that pastime? And his one brother was killed, and being a Kshatriya, he was supposed to fight with them. And he went and he fought with them. He almost destroyed their whole race. And Yaksha's leader is Kuberji. But Kuberji, even though Dhruv Maharaj did such an offensive action against their race, Kuberji came, Dhruv Maharaj became pacified, and Kuberji came and said, what benediction you want from me? And this is quite amazing. Kuber means he is the Khajanchi, he is the treasurer of the demigods. Can you imagine what wealth he has? But then he simply said, let my mind be always on Lord Vishnu. So you see that they flip over, when in the beginning they will test you, but if you become a pure devotee, then obviously they also become very, very favorable to you. We see so many examples. It's not anybody who begins to practice Krishna consciousness, the demigods will test, is it not? Indra has the same business. Even with Nar Narayan, he was doing this. He brought all the... he has to understand. I don't understand. He should understand it is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nar Narayan ji is doing tapasya, and he again brings the same story, same apsaras and everything. And Nar Narayan Bhagwan is simply smiling. Woman, just see, and then he brings out so many apsaras from his body. Your apsaras are nothing in front of these apsaras. Take one of them. See, this is how Supreme Personality of Godhead. You're just childish against him. Or Markandeya Rishi also. Markandeya Rishi was doing tapasya. Then again Indra comes with people, with apsaras and everything. But they felt that their bodies were burning by the power of Markandeya Rishi. But then they subsided. And again we see, when Markandeya Rishi was doing tapasya, Shivji and Uma, Parvati ji, was so happy with him. And they glorified Markandeya Rishi because he was a worshipper of Vishnu. So they will test you, but they are the agents of the Lord. But as you become more and more advanced, we'll see that they are actually helping. Just like Mother Saraswati helps us to speak about Krishna. Questions I will take later on. A self-realized man is no longer obliged to perform any prescribed duties save and except activities in Krishna consciousness. What do you understand by self-realization? What do you understand by that word? Yeah, do you understand your connection with Supreme Lord? So now if you have understood I am Krishna's servant, we have come out of the dream, then why will you serve anyone? Sunil Prabhu, your father and mother must be very much worried about you now. About your welfare, they don't worry. Hota chinta hi hoti, sabhi ki hoti. But were they worried about you when we were not born? Or 2 years before you were born? कुछ समझ रहे मैं क्या कह रहा? आज मैं सोच रहा इसके ऊपर. हमारे माता पिता भी चिंता करते हैं, लेकिन जब हम पैदा नहीं होते उससे 3 साल पहले हमारी चिंता करते थे. So and were you worrying about them? I am not saying that we should not serve our father and mother, but always remember, by serving Krishna, we are not only serving the father and mother, we are serving a whole lineage. Everyone will get delivered if we serve Krishna. This is one point. And second point is, if to the degree we realize I'm Krishna's servant, I don't need to sacrifice my service in the name of service of others. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? If my service to Krishna is there and that's get impeded by serving others, I won't serve them. Make sense? No? This point will come again and again. Prabhupada will mention this again. Just like Arjuna is ready to sever his attachment to his relatives because that is impeding his service to Krishna. So the more we become self-realized, the more we become realized or convinced, then we become focused in serving Krishna, not tending to the demands of our parents. I was just today reflecting upon this. Suppose my father or mother had fever. Should they desire that I should also have fever? That should not be desired. Now, my father and mother had not become happy by becoming grahasthas. Nobody's family. Do you agree? You can see this constant hassle. Now, my question is, why they want us to become grahasthas or enter into family life? That doesn't follow logic, na? Am I forcing my opinion, or do you think that actually there is so much anxiety in grahastha life? So you ask them, you have seen so much, in a very humble way, you have seen so much anxiety, so much tension in grahastha life. Why you want me to be entangled in that? If you don't want to get married. I'm just saying.
I think there is no other alternative.
There is no other alternative? There is no other alternative except to be punished? So you must be punished? So they are punishing you, or they are thinking of their welfare? Your welfare? On the name of welfare, they are punishing. So they themselves will get confused what they want from us, is it not? Anyhow, I'm just trying to say this point. In these classes, we are not trying to force our opinion. By chanting Hare Krishna, by hearing Bhagavad Gita, I have become thoughtful. I have become reflective. So I'm just trying to make you thoughtful. I am not giving any opinion on what you should do and not do. But at least think about it. Think out of the box, you know. Krishna consciousness is not inactivity either, as will be explained in the following verses. A Krishna conscious man does not take shelter. Before we go there, do you think Krishna consciousness is inactivity? No, we have so much to do every day. Every day there is backlog, is it not? I think some devotees who are serving with me must be feeling this backlog. Are, to bahut seva dete hain, is it not? Do this shastra, translate this, do that, do this. But Mataji was saying, Prabhuji, ये transcription करने में तो 6 साल लग जाएगा if I do 6 hours. So be engaged like that. What do you worry about it? Is it not? So much to do for, no? Make Bhakti Vrish classes and do preach there. And if you actually start doing service, and I can give more service online, you know, then there is so much, is it not? Or I think every night you must be feeling, kuch seva reh gayi. Gaur Sundar Prabhu, very nice brahmachari, was there. He told me very nice. When a brahmachari should sleep, he should have at least one service left for next day. Kuch samajh rahe? Very beautiful, is it not? He should have devotee when he sleeps. He should have at least one service left for next day. He should have so much service that he should fully be engaged. Kuch to karna, kuch to. That's why Srila Bhakti Chandra Thakur ji used to open one center after another, so that brahmacharis will not sit down and become lazy. I have personally feel just so tight, you know. Like yesterday I was discussing Shloka. Today I have to discuss Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now, the same chapter, I never studied in that same way as I would have done yesterday, as I did yesterday. Oh, who's speaking to whom, who's talking to who's Gopinath Acharya, who's, you know, we just become more and more absorbed in their service. So that is very good. I think Shashikant Prabhu will vouch for it. He has so much service to do every day. Some service must be left with for you. Is it not, Shashikant Prabhu? Every day, he is fully engaged. Similarly, every devotee should say, find something, because as soon as there is no service, oh, auntie is there. Auntie, my auntie, we want to serve. You understand? Yes. My Guru Maharaj very nicely puts it. Free time is not a luxury, it's a danger. Then Maya will catch. Constantly some service has to be there. Find out some service, something, and there is nothing to chant Hare Krishna. You read Bhagavatam like that. But even that is not practical for most people. Most people have to do some practical service. Okay, so this is not inactivity. A Krishna conscious man does not take shelter of any person, man or demigod. Very beautiful point, you know. He does never think that anybody can protect me. I was talking to one devotee who is quite wealthy. I said, do you actually feel secure? And he said, no. It's amazing, is it not? He's quite wealthy. some crores of rupees, but he does not feel secure. It's amazing. No matter how much money you keep in your bank, you will never feel secure. Am I saying like truth, or
It makes you worry.
it makes you more worried? I mean, we have no problem. You collect money, but it cannot give you security. Prabhupada beautifully put that. Our shelter can always be a person, not objects. I think Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhupada says somewhere beautifully put. Our shelter can only be a person, not objects. How amazing that the whole society has turned away from the very simple basic point, is it not? आप खुद लोग सोचिए ना, you are chanting Hare Krishna. Don't you have faith that you will not go to hell? You cannot go to hell. No, you cannot. And no matter how much money a person has, he still will have fear. I have done so much sin, I may go to hell. Do you have faith that Krishna will also again bring you to bhakti next life, even if you don't practice? Natural faith aa rahi hai ki nahi? So you see how this process is actually working. It's not that we're imagining. Whatever he does in Krishna consciousness is sufficient in the discharge of his obligation. It's very simple, very, very simple one sentence. If a person is serving the emperor of a country, he does not have to serve the local, whatever, officer, village officer. Makes sense? So somebody serving Krishna, then he's serving all the demigods. Okay, I'll just stop here. I'll just see if there are some questions. So what the whole point for is, our point of self-realization is from Sambandh Gyan. I understand I am Krishna's servant. First we hear it, and then we start acting upon it, and then we get more and more realized, and say, no, I must only serve Krishna. You will realize it yourself. How, I'm not talking about non-devotees. Sorry, I'm not talking about devotees. I'm talking about especially non-devotees. They just can't reciprocate your love. Is it not? I don't want to act like, but they just kick you on the face. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? So please, all of us know how to love, but invest your love with devotees. You will never be cheated. You will never be cheated. Genuine devotees, obviously. Okay. Grahastha, how can a Grahastha stop job, Prabhu? I am not telling you to stop job. I am not saying that. This question you should have asked me before you got married. But do it so that the family can do bhakti. That should be an exclusive goal. Again and again I'm repeating, at least till 9 a.m. you should be free, and then again from 6 p.m. you should be free. At least itni to mukti honi chahiye. And 10 to 5 you do whatever you have to do. I know everybody cannot be in that whatever set system, but you can. Just like Indra Mataji came late in Japa yesterday. So I'm not chastising you. Don't worry. I will not chastise you. So now I just told her, I don't know what she did, but I just told her, even if you go to your office late, you first complete your chanting. I don't know. Did you do that? I don't know what she did. You first prioritize your Japa. Suppose I was sick. What would I do? I will just go to office late. I may not go to office late. Is it not? Samajh raha meri baat? You are in your home. You have to, when you go into your home, you have to sit in a shop. But make a line. Do you want me to stay in home? Yes, we want to stay. Don't disturb me till 9 a.m. Otherwise, I'll go to Vrindavan. I'm talking to you. उनको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए कि ये बंदा यहाँ से हिलने वाला नहीं, कुत्ते की पूंछ है. He's like a dog's tail. He will not. If you are staying in nobody can stop you from chanting Hare Krishna, no matter how much they chastise you. And now you have association of devotees also. I heard that Prachi Mataji is working in post office. Is it like that? I was very happy. Very good job. Not much dimag lagane ki zarurat nahi hai. 10 a.m. to whatever 5 p.m. and then come back to hear class. Very nice job. One devotee told, I'm a clerk. I said, well, you are very fortunate. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. finish. And no more hassle. So if you want to do a job like this. Some simple job. Who cares? If you go back to Godhead, can you imagine how powerful you become? You can just roam around in any of the universes. It's not my words. If you become a Vishnu Dut or whatever, Vaikuntha, Golok, anywhere, just can't imagine how much powerful you become. And even now, we are doing the highest service to God by discussing Bhagavad Gita. We just can't understand how much Krishna is pleased with us. Makes sense to you? Prabhupada put it very nicely. Anybody who reads Bhagavad Gita, Krishna becomes very happy. Why? Krishna says, nobody in this world reads Bhagavad Gita. This child is reading Bhagavad Gita. Very good, very good. Krishna becomes very happy. Prabhupada put it very nicely. So, Yukti. Yukti means logic. Do you follow the logic, Yukti Goyal? Don't be a person who sleeps in the morning. Wake up early in the morning and chant Hare Krishna. I'll just take up the questions here and then I'll start. Screening process. I don't know what she wanted to say.
You have given an example of how we can just transform ourselves.
I don't know what the comment was. When you choose the path of becoming a brahmachari, what was the reaction of your friends and teachers from IIT? Nothing. Who cares about you? Who cares about you? Parents are at least I'm not doing brain drain. Other IITs will go to America and serve America. I'm using my brain to serve India, is it not? So don't complain about that, is it not? And obviously I use my technical knowledge. I designed the whole electrical system in the temple and all those things we did. The whole water system, that we do anyhow, whatever we can. We have no objection to becoming a person, becoming engineer, all that. But if we can engage in his talents in Krishna's service, that's very good. Parents are fearful of society and relatives. What people will say if child wants to enter full time into Krishna consciousness? When we are going to die, the same people will say, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai. But the point is, then we will not be able to hear. In this, Bhagavatam is mentioned. Yes, we must hear our father and mother. Definitely, we should never say no to our father and mother. Naraji says. But who's our father and mother? Father is Krishna and mother is Vedas. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a beautiful, very deep point. Janme, in all our lives we have got father and mother, is it not? But association of devotees we have never got. We can assume that we have not got. So this is the probably first chance or very rare opportunity that we get association of devotees and get to hear truth, actual truth about this material world. Which is just like a drama, and we are just switching on roles and roles. I was a very beautiful woman, that in my last life. What are you saying? Yes. And I had such a trouble. I said, I want to become a brahmachari now. There's so many people who are attracted to me. That's why I become a brahmachari. I can say anything. Who knows who I was? It's not brahmachari or whatever. Some people say, some astrologer was saying that I was serving in Goshala and I died in Goshala. So I'm back in Goshala. Is it not? Quite interesting. After getting into IIT, I'm serving in Goshala since I joined here. Who cares? Main thing is we are able to serve Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, I don't know what does it mean. 2 point. Non-devotees can't reciprocate. So you don't reciprocate with them. Don't hate them. Don't hate them. You can give their love, but don't expect that they can reciprocate with you. You can give them prasadam and all those things. But our deep intimacy should be with the devotees. You will always be happy with that. Do you feel that in association, what we're having, nobody wants anything from anyone? Only thing which I want is don't sleep in japa. Come for Mangal Arati. Is it not Priyam? Is it not Avnish Prabhu? Yes. That's what I only expect. And that is for the person's good. Kuch samajh mein aa raha hai? That's why it's very contagious. Like Yukti has somehow or other landed up in the Bhagavad Gita class. Do I think she will give me 1,000 rupees? No, I don't want anything. I simply want her to sleep all throughout the morning. Is it not, Yukti? Are you hearing me? No, I want you to become more and goodness and wake up in the early morning. What a wonderful consciousness, is it not? What do you think, Amarnath? If you become a devotee or try to become a devotee, what a wonderful consciousness. You only want to do good to people. This is not by my own thing. It's only because of bhakti we think like this. नहीं तो नहीं सोचते ना किसी के बारे में. कौन सोचता है आजकल बताइए? Nobody thinks about anybody. It's only devotees that they think, and it's only because of bhakti. Hear very carefully. Bhakti, because of doing bhakti, because some bhakti comes in the heart, that's why we develop compassion for others. Otherwise, hardly anybody is compassionate in this world. Is it not? Brain gain. Okay, Akash Prabhu is just joking. We were cows. He's saying we were cows of that Goshala, whom I was in charge. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, Shriman Prabhu.
I just want to confirm.
Yeah.
What is the actual meaning of serving Krishna? What it entails?
Okay, what he's asking, what is the actual meaning of serving Krishna? Engaging our senses in Krishna's service. Just like right now you are serving Krishna through your ears, through your mind. I am serving Krishna by my words. Engaging the activities or actions of the senses in Krishna's service.
It's a Krishna service.
Krishna service means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. What is that? Yeah, this is a shloka. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsarpitah Vishnu, Bhaktis Chet Navalakshana, Kriyati Bhagavat Yadha, Tad Manne Dhitam Uttamam. This is the Prahlad Maharaj statement. First is Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. No. Then Kirtanam, Vishnu, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedam. These are ninefold process of bhakti by which we serve Krishna. Okay? So this is how we serve Krishna. At which stage we chant Shuddha Nam? From where is quite interesting. Again, I'll bring it brings to a discussion we have had earlier. Okay, he's saying, is it not possible at sadhaka stage? First, you must understand what is Shuddha Nam. See, a person who does chanting without any sambandh gyan and committed offenses is called namaprad, unintentional namaprad, and it gives you all kind of material benedictions. A person who is intentionally doing namaprad and no sambandh gyan is he will have to suffer. मतलब जानबूझ के भक्तों का अपराध कर रहा है, निंदा कर रहा है, तो he will suffer. Now, the person who does not have sambandh gyan, he does not have an understanding of his relationship with the Lord, but is not offensive, just like Ajamin. So he is chanting at Namabhas, and he will become liberated from material bondage. Very clear? But if a person has sambandh gyan and he does not commit offenses, that is called Shuddha Nam. कुछ समझ पा रहे हैं? He knows I am Krishna's servant. I am not chanting Hare Krishna to get material benedictions or to get liberation. Bhukti Nam means chanting Hari Nam to get some material things. And Mukti Nam means chanting Hare Krishna to become liberated. But Shuddha Nam means chanting with the desire to please Krishna to get pure bhakti.
Yes.
To revive our relationship with the Lord. So you can do this right from Shraddha. This is called Shuddha Bhakti Shraddha. Shraddha can also be taken as Ichha. Now you understand? Very, very nice question. Hear very carefully. Right from the beginning of your Krishna consciousness, even if the heart is full of lust and everything, still you can desire, I am chanting Hare Krishna to get rid of all those things and to attain Krishna's Bhakti. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? But if we hear Sambandh Gyan, only then this will happen. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? I can sing Mangal Aarti. I may have a desire in my heart that people should appreciate how I sang. But I can become conscious and say, Krishna, I'm doing it for your pleasure. Can't we do that? So, but this will happen only when we hear Sambandh Gyan. That is the point. If I don't hear Sambandh Gyan, then mostly my chanting will be in offensive state. We don't know what we are doing. So it's not that you can't chant Shuddha Nam, and that's what is mentioned. Such kind of chanting bring love of God. It's not that you get love of God after Shuddha Nam.
Yes.
What is it? No, it's not that you chant Shuddha Nam after love of God. We are a pure devotee. Even if we are not a pure devotee, we can render pure devotional service. कुछ समझ रहे हैं? I have told you to hear the hidden secrets of bhakti by His Holiness Sachidanand Maharaj. You make that point, you hear that. You search in the YouTube, or maybe I'll search and send the link to you. You can share the link. Very nice, part 1 and part 2. Even if my heart is not pure, I am serving Krishna not with the intention to get material things. कितना नहीं कर सकते तो कर ही रहे होंगे आप. Is it not? Do you want to become Indra? It's not. We are not discussing Bhagavad Gita to become next Indra or something like that. So just become conscious with what intention I am doing bhakti. That is called Shuddha Nam. Does it mean one who commits Namaprad will not get liberated? Yes. So he has to give up chanting. He has to give up committing offenses to the holy name. He is not supposed to give up chanting. He has to give up committing offenses to the chanting. You know the 10 offenses, so we try to avoid that, is it not? What's the difficulty? Nirapradha naam laile pabe prema dhan. Only when we become offenseless in chanting, then we get love of God. So we must be very careful in doing that. Valmiki ji chanted Mara, 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 and then Lord make it Ram, Ram, Ram. Not Lord made it. It was Ram, Ram only. Ram, 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 Ram. What I'm chanting? Yes. Okay. And no questions, so shall stop here. I will do Parayan. If somebody wants to do Parayan, then he can